Hi, I'm Joyce, the Energy Lady. I had a conversation this morning with somebody that just reminded me I should probably address this. And that subject is, do things happen again? Well, healing always can take place. Healing's always available. And completion of healing from issues is always available. And yes, it happens. But you also have doubts in your mind or parts of your mind that bring it back. When I say that, it's because when you've had, say, fibromyalgia for 15 years, migraine headaches for 20 years, or PTSD issues for 15 years, you're so used to that and you're so I guess just comfortable with what it is that's been happening, that when it stops, you go looking for it. Like you'll wake up in the morning and say, why isn't it here? Why don't I have a headache? Or why don't I hurt all over? Or what's happened that I'm not afraid? And those are the parts that actually bring it forth. Whenever I do healing work with clients, I don't ever ask them, is it still there? Because when we use the word still, that brings it back forth, okay? I typically will ask them, is it 1% better? And it's much better than 1% most of the time. But I start there. So they can be seeing for it to be a percentage better, as opposed to, well, no, I think I still feel this. I've had a number of clients who've had to come back in for another session after they felt better and healed from a particular issue, because then we had to deal with the parts of them that want it back, that are looking for it to come back. I do say that when we deal with our issues, whether it be emotional, physical, psychological, mental, whatever it might be, they're kind of like the Pez effect. And if any of you are old school like I am, you remember Pez candies? Those little candies that came, those little square things, and then you'd pull one candy out and the next candy would pop back up. Well, that's kind of like what happens with issues that we're dealing with. If we uncover one and clean that up, then oftentimes then it uncovers what's next. If you are completely done with all the issues in the rest of your life, then you'll be dead. Because you know what? We're always going to be dealing with something. We're always going to be addressing something. And there's always going to be something for us to look at. You'll have periods where you're doing great and you're going to be so happy to be doing well. And then something might trigger you. And you'll go, oh, I felt that. Now it may not be what it used to be, like the magnitude that it was at one time. Or it might just be triggering something similar. I'll share a quick story about myself, divulging here. Because my home was broken into when I was a child and somebody came through my window, I was always really afraid to sleep with my window open. And so when I married my husband, he loves the windows open. And our very first week of marriage, he wanted to leave all the windows open. And I said, no, I can't sleep like that. And I actually refused to get in bed with him until he fell asleep. And then I shut the window. And that went on for many years in our relationship. And I just was afraid until I don't even know when the time happened that I addressed that issue and cleared it up, because I was by myself, staying at a friend's house out of town in another state, on a single level, in a bedroom by myself. And I woke up the next morning and realized I had left the window open all night long because it was up in the mountains and it was cool air. And I wanted that cool, fresh air to be coming in the window, through the window. And I realized in that moment, it's like, oh, wow, I guess I cleared that issue up. And I don't even know when that happened. So, watch for what I call subtle shifts in your behaviors or your reactions to things. Then you know some healing has taken place. And if and when healing takes place, Don't say, oh, well, I still have a little bit of pain right here. Simply say it is 1% better, or it is 15% better, so that you're looking for how much better it is, as opposed to like, oh, something is still there. Okay? Hope that helps, especially when things trigger you and there's stuff that you need to work through. That's what I help with. I help people with those things that are triggering you, that are causing you pain, whether it's physical, emotional, mental, or psychological, okay? Or spiritual. So reach out, book an appointment with me, and let's work through some of these things that are triggering. Have a great day.